Hello everybody, it's Stephen here for the Idiot Quilter, and welcome to my weekly episode number 290 for December the 10th, 2024, and I hope everybody's having a good week so far and getting all your shopping done and everything else that goes along with this time of the year. Hard to believe, we're 1/3 through the month already. We're only, what, about 2 weeks from Christmas Day? A little more than 2 weeks? Scary, 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 scary. Okay, let's take a look at what I've been working on. You have seen this before, but now it's completely done. And it is Stephanie Stitch's pattern called Christmas Tree Table Runner. Obvious. And I like the way it turned out. I think it looks great. I love Stephanie's patterns. Have not done one yet that I've had a problem with. Not one. They are excellent patterns. And you know, it's not easy to write a pattern. And I know because I'm trying as well. And she does it with such accuracy, and she creates these wonderful designs that look very complicated but are actually very easy. And I think one of the reasons why they're so easy is because the instructions that she gives are so well written. So if you're looking for something that's a really quick sew, because this is really quick, and you've got some Christmas fabric or any kind of fabric laying around, and you need a quick gift for somebody, a hostess gift, whatever, or host gift, let's not be sexist about it, this might be the project for you to do. And you can see on my quilting, I picked a pantograph that has snowflakes and swirls in it, and I think it looks really good with this. The swirls kind of suggest maybe a breeze, snow falling, that kind of thing. It's amazing how, you know, when you see certain patterns, how they put a vision in your mind, I guess, of something. So I'm seeing a forest of evergreens with light falling snow, maybe in an evening, early evening kind of a thing. Well, I'm letting my imagination run over time. But that's what patterns should do for you. They should inspire something in you, something creative, something imaginative. And, well, this particular pattern certainly does it for me. So what else have I been working on? Okay, so some controversy here about this. This is the second block in the Barnstar Sampler quilt. It is a large one. Now, you know, I did 2 blocks before this. They were two blocks, the same block number 1. And I ran into problems with that. I think I have solved my problems. Don't use steam, okay? I've been converted now since that era. Since I made that mistake before. But now I'm being told by some viewers that there are 2 of this one as well. And I need to check, and I was going to do that this morning, and I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to check the pattern and see for sure whether I have to make a second one of these. I'm kind of hoping I don't, because it works out okay, but it is actually a lot of pieces in there, and it's kind of tedious, this one. But I'm just going to go grab the pattern. I'm going to take a quick look. Okay, damn it. There are 2 of this block, so I've got to make another one. Ugh. Okay, this quilt's going to be the death of me, I'm telling you. I'm sure I'll love it when I get it done, but oh my goodness. So yes, people were right that were telling me that there is a second one of these as well. The reason I thought there was only one is I was looking at the picture on the cover of the instruction book, and I only saw one. But then when I checked the diagram inside the pattern book, it did show a second one. And the way they'd taken the picture on the cover, they had folded the quilt over a line, and the second star did not appear because it was behind the picture. Yeah. Now, you know, it would have been very helpful in that pattern book if they had indicated that you needed 2, how many you needed of each one when they gave you the instructions. They do sort of. They tell you to refer to the layout diagram, I guess, for whichever project, because there's several different projects you can in this book. And yeah, when I did that, which is in the very last page of the booklet, there it was in the diagram. So I guess lesson learned, be sure to read your patterns carefully. Yep, I have said that before. Don't do as I say, or don't do as I do as I say, sort of a thing. So anyways, thank you to those people who pointed that out to me, because I would have gone on my merry little way and gotten to the end of the project thinking I had all my blocks made, and this one, not. Okay, so moving on to what else? Well, this is the Mouse King. It is a in the hoop embroidery project from Sweet Pea Designs. Now, this turned out fine. I love it. It is quite big. It's about 3 feet tall, and it is now hanging in my front foyer as part of my Christmas decor. But here was the problem. I have done many Sweet Pea projects before, and their instructions have been excellent, but not on this one. Someone dropped the ball on this one. Some of the numbers, the order of the stitches, were not in the right place. A couple of the files were either mislabeled, or you were supposed to use something like substitute another file for it, but it didn't make sense. I was able to do it because I've done many of these kind of projects before, so I kind of knew, without even having to refer too much to the instructions, how to do it. But if you'd been a newbie, this was your first project, and I don't recommend this as a first project, you would be completely lost. And if you'd never dealt with Sweet Pea before, you would think, oh my God, I'm never going to buy anything from them again. So I felt I should write to them and let them know that. And so I did. I have not had a reply from them yet. I don't know if I will get a reply from them. In fact, I have a feeling they'll just ignore it, figure that it's user error. But basically what I said was, there was what I just told you, and I said it seemed to me that it hadn't been proofread properly, the pattern, before it was released. A lot of their instructions are the same for projects that are like this, so I'm sure there was a lot of just copy and paste, and that's where you can run into problems, because you make a few assumptions that things are right, and there may be slight variations when you do another project, but you're using sort of the same instructions from one before, so you do need to really proofread. So I thought I'd just drop that to them. I wasn't really making a very negative statement to them, because I do love their projects. As I said, usually the instructions are very, very clear. If anything, they are very overly detailed. But that's okay. That's not a complaint about that. Better to have too much information than not enough. And I will continue to buy projects from Sweet Pea Designs because I love them. I think they're a great company. So if they send me back some kind of reply or whatever, I will let you know what they tell me. I did put in my blurb to them that I would be talking about this on my YouTube channel as well, to let other people know. But anyways, you can see the end result turned out fine. And I love it. I think it's really cute. Okay, so that's basically what I've been up to. Do I have anything else to show you? No, I don't. So that takes me to what's happening, what's next, what's new around here. Well, first of all, Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I know it's a busy time of the year for people, so, you may not be able to make those. But if you need a break from the Christmas term or whatever it's happening in your life, even if you can only come for a couple of hours or something like that, take it as a break and join us. The link is in the show notes below. Everybody's welcome. We always have a good time. Speaking of good times, we had a really good time on Saturday. At least I did. I think everybody else did too. On the pop-up sew day, my Christmas edition of that, there were prizes. Everybody got a prize. One subscriber got wise to it and realized that even though I was doing draws throughout the day, that it looked like everybody was going to get a prize. That was my little surprise. And there's always somebody in the crowd who wrecks the surprise. I'm kind of joking here. I'm sure other people figured it out as well. So I wasn't that disappointed. But I tried to play it right to the very end of the day, the last round of draws. I was saying, oh, I don't have enough here for everybody. Somebody's not going to get one. I think everybody saw through that very quickly. But it was just all part of the fun. It really was. And of course, people came, had a few little decorations in the background, some more sweaters, some more things on their head. It was all festive. It was all fun, to get us in the mood for Christmas. And actually, I worked on the Mouse King during that, and I got quite a bit of it done. It took 2 days to do the Mouse King in there, but yeah, it was a great day, and we had something a little special and a little different. One of my subscribers that has been on my pop-up so days before, Thea. Thea is a reenactment person. She does the Viking era, her and her husband, and they went to I don't know what you call it, a reenactment weekend, I guess, somewhere. And she had reached out to me and said, she was going to be there. If I wanted, she could show us around live there. And so, yeah, I said, that would be fun. That'll be something different. So she did. And we got a really good look at what was involved in all the things in the stands and the people's costumes and the wares they were selling and everything like that at this reenactment. So that was something a little bit different. So thank you, Thea, for doing that, because that really added something to the day, I think. Everybody enjoyed that. What else went on? I can't think. We just had lively conversation. Oh, we had show and share. People were showing what they're working on or past things they had done and whatnot. And it's always nice to see other people's creations, because there's a lot of beauty there and a lot of talent and a lot of inspiration when you see that. So yeah, it was a great day. So when's the next pop-up sew day? Well, not this year. Nope, sorry. No time left. Too busy with Christmas. I've got 1,000 things to do before we go down to Stephanie's retreat in Georgia. We leave on Christmas Day, as you know. So we're looking forward to that. But, oh, wow, there's lots of planning that goes into a trip like this, because for us, it's a 2-day drive to get down there. So we've got 2 nights in hotel rooms, and then we get down there, and you got a lot of stuff to take with you and everything. But hey, I'm not complaining. This is becoming a Christmas tradition for Walter and I, and we enjoy it. We have a great time there. Everybody is just great at that. They're all up to have a good time, and well, that's what it's all about. It's worth the drive to Georgia from where we are. So yeah, that's coming up. Busy time. So no time to have another pop-up sew day this month. But we will have another pop-up sew day early in the new year, probably sometime in January. And yeah, and I guess once I get home, I've got from Georgia, I have a lot of things I have to get worked out. I'm speaking at a couple of guilds, one in tail end of January, one in March. So I need to plan those. Yeah. We're planning trips, 2 trips planned already for into the next year. One to Holland in May, and then in July we're going over to London, England, and we're going to be there for the Birmingham Quilt Festival as well. So that's exciting. We've got the Canadian Quilt Show coming up in June, and Stephanie Stitches, my good friend Stephanie, she is driving up for that and is going to be spending a few days with us as well. So we're going to show her a good time up here in the frozen north, take her to some quilt stores. Of course, we're going to the quilt show as well in Toronto, and maybe we'll get downtown Toronto and check that out. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And what else have we got coming up in the new year? Oh, well, of course, what could I can't forget this. I have another one of Stephanie's retreats, and that one's in Berlin, Ohio. And at that one, I am teaching a pattern that I have designed, which is not available to you yet. It will be available free of charge after the retreat in April. So yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a busy 2025. It really is. But nevertheless, oh, what else in 2025? Well, of course, my retreats, my virtual retreats, one in the spring, one in the fall. I haven't figured out dates for those yet. For the one in the spring, spring is a very busy time. So I have to fit the retreat in there between events as well. But I'll get her done. It'll be done. And you'll find out about it then. So yeah. So now you know what's coming up in my life. Busy, busy. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so speaking of busy, busy, I am working on 2 new patterns for release early in 2025. Um, I'm working on the blocks right now, and I'm writing it as I go. And then, like, that's the thing I said earlier, writing patterns is not an easy thing, because, you got to have enough detail that it will not confuse people. And sometimes it's difficult to describe in writing how to put something together. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm excited about these 2 patterns because I really like them myself. If I do say so myself, I really like them. And I think they're both a little different. So I'm really hoping that this works out okay and I'll be able to offer them to you free of charge. I don't charge anything for my patterns, and you'll be able to enjoy them too. So that won't happen until first quarter of next year. All right, moving right along. What else happened this past week? So chatty. So chatty on Friday, we did the last in our 3-part series on putting together the Gingerbread Windmill, which is an in-the-hoop project. It's a freestanding lace, freestanding applique project. And so if you haven't seen that, tune in for the last episode. We show you how to put it all together. And I think it turned out great. And it is now sitting as part of my gingerbread Christmas decor upstairs in my family room. And it looks great. Goes right along with all the other pieces that are there. Each year I try to add a new piece to that set. Okay, so what are we going to do on So Chatty this week then? Well, we're going to have an unboxing. Yes, I picked up last week my Kawartha Quilting Santa sack. Kawartha Quilting is one of our local area quilt stores. I have bought this, I think this is the 3rd year that I have gotten the sack. Unlike other unboxings you may see, this is not done day by day. Walter and I will be opening up the bag and taking things out and talking about them as they appear this coming Friday on So Chatty. I have not peeked at it. We have not seen it. We only have the bag, and it's all sealed up. And it is a sack. They make them. They embroider on the outside of them, so you'll see all of that. And then we'll open it up and go through each of the things that are in there and rate them, because that's the way we roll. We rate them, we will talk about them, and we'll determine whether or not I should buy it again next year. So, but I'm not usually disappointed by this sack. That's why this is the 3rd year that I have bought it. So yeah, that's on during Friday's So Chatty this coming Friday. Okay, how many more times can I say Friday in a sentence? Okay, speaking of unboxings, Stephanie and I, as you know, have been doing the unboxing in 5-day increments of the Missouri Star quilt box. And you seem to be loving our interaction with each other and with what's in those boxes and the way we rate them. So days 1 to 5 went up last week on December the 5th. And today is December the 10th at the time of filming this. Oh my God, how last century of recording this. And so days 6 and 10 go up today at 8 o'clock in the morning. So there is a link for that, for both of them, in the show notes below, so you can check that out. And we're getting some very nice comments from people saying they're really enjoying our format, our way of doing the unboxing. And there's a ton of unboxings, and we've talked about unboxings and whether or not it's overkill at this time of the year. But, you could spend the whole day just watching Christmas box unboxings on YouTube. You could spend the whole of right up to Christmas Day watching them, nothing else on there. Um, Personally, I think I'd get a little bored after a while. I don't watch a lot of unboxings. I just watch ones from the creators, basically, that I enjoy the most. Okay, so another special thing coming up, the social review. That's where Stephanie and Russ of Quilt Meets World and Walter and I, four of us get together and we have a general discussion. Now, we haven't done one of these in a while, so this is a special Christmas edition. And this one's going to be a little different in terms of topic. Usually we talk about quilting and sewing. But this time we're going to talk about our favorite YouTube channels, or the ones that they're not necessarily our absolute favorites, but they're ones that we find interesting and subscribe to and go to on a regular basis. And we've each picked three. They may have something to do with quilting or sewing, but not all of them do, because we have varied interests. You've heard me use this term before. We're not one-trick ponies here. Okay, so you'll get a little insight into our tastes, I guess, and what things float our boats by through our discussion of these YouTube channels. So I hope you'll tune in. It will be on Stephanie Stitch's channel. She's already got the thumbnail up there in the link. It is December the 19th, and that's a Thursday, and it starts at 7 p.m. and you're invited. It is a YouTube live. You'll be invited to join in on the chat with that too. And you can put in your 2 cents worth in about those YouTube channels as well. Yeah, so I will put a link next week into all of my productions for that, for the social review as well. Okay, so that takes me to Rented Lips, Subscribers Quilt of the Week. And this one comes from someone who's no stranger to the Idiot Quilter. We've seen her lovely creations before, and here's another one, and it is by Sherry Jones. This week's quilt from a subscriber comes from Sherry Jones, and we've seen some of her beautiful creations before, and this is another one. Actually, there's two, because there's a bonus picture as well, but you'll understand what I mean in just a moment. She writes, here's another submission of one I recently completed for my Quilting Guild November challenge. We had to create something with trees or leaves. Thought you would enjoy the Canadian-like theme of the maple leaf following the American table runner. Not exactly fall weather here in Arizona, in Arizona, but my outdoor photo shoot was awesome. The quilt is a Pat Speth pattern named Ozark Maple Leaf, taken from her Nickel Quilts book. I used my stash of beautiful batiks to make it. I'm slightly breaking the rules by sending you 2 photos only because I wanted to share what I was able to create with the HST cutoffs. And here it is right here, what she was able to create with the cutoffs, which is equally beautiful. What else did she say here? Most people would have probably trashed them because they were so small. Not me. I took on a second challenge and made my first mini quilt out of them, and the result was stunning. And it is. It is very stunning. I love batiks, but you can't go wrong with batiks in my opinion. I know some people don't like working with them, but looking at your quilt, and yes, they do kind of look like maple leaves, and I think it's wonderful. And I love your outdoor photography of this. It is stunning as well. So, stunning photography for stunning quilts. Thank you, Sherry, for sharing both of these with us. Okay, so if you have something you would like me to feature on here, I am getting low. I think I've got enough to get me to the end of the year, or at least until we go to Georgia. But if you've got something you would like me to feature on here, please send it to me. Email link is in my show notes. And yeah, one picture, please, only one, and a little blurb about it, 50 words or less. Okay, and I'd be more than pleased to feature it here on an episode of the Idiot Quilter. Okay, so that takes me to the YouTube of the week. So you're looking for something to buy for a quilter or sewist in your family or as a friend, and you're not sure what to get them? Well, you can go to the Karen Brown's Just Get It Done Quilt's YouTube channel and check out her 2024 gift guide for quilters. She does this every year. And although many of the things that she did talk about this year are ones that I've already known about, you may not. And it gives you some ideas, anyways, some inspiration on what to buy those hard to get for quilters in your life or sewists in your life. So here's my review of Karen's guide. This week's YouTube clip is from Karen Brown of Just Get It Done Quilts, and I'm sure you're not a stranger to Karen Brown because she has quite a following on YouTube. And every year she puts out a gift guide for quilters, and I find these very interesting. Although many of the things she has spoken about in this year's gift guide, the 2024 gift guide for quilters, are things I've already know about, but it does give you some ideas of what you might want to get for somebody that's a quilter in your life, whether it be a family member or a friend. You might even want to hint at this link for your husband or your wife as well. Hint, 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 what you want under the tree. Anyways, Karen does a great job of giving you some ideas about different gifts that would be appropriate for a quilter or a sewist in your life. So if you want some inspiration for what to buy for Christmas, for those hard to get gifts, how do I want to put that? For people who are hard to buy for is what I mean, then you're going to want to check out this video. So that takes me to future projects, and this is a quilted patchwork handbag. And in the next year, I want to concentrate a little bit more on making bags, especially bags in the hoop on my embroidery machine. And Walter and I are discussing right now about doing a series about tote bag making, whereas I'm going to make one in the hoop, and he may do one in the hoop as well because he really hasn't done an in the hoop tote bag before. And Walter is going to do possibly a series on the way he makes his tote bags. And if you've ever seen one of his tote bags, they are designer. They are gorgeous. And so those are plans for down the road for So Chatty. So anyways, here's the quilted patchwork handbag. This week's future project is another in the hoop project, and it is a tote bag, but lately I've been thinking I want to make more tote bags in the hoop, and Sweet Pea has a really good selection of these, and this is the one that I've purchased recently, and you can see it. I think it's very, very colorful, very unique. I like the shape of it, and it looks like they've used a little bit of leather or faux leather for the handles and the bottom of the bag. So as I said, I think in the new year I want to get more into bag making. Actually, I want to make a bag before Christmas as a possibly a gift for my sister, but we'll see how that goes. I'm running out of time here. But in the meantime, you can pick these up. They're not that expensive. I think I got this on their Black Friday sale. I bought several different patterns from them on that sale, which I'll be showing in future editions of projects I want to work on. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll put the link for this in the show notes below. So what have I been working on? Now I've already showed you some of the finished pieces, but I've got other things that are working, and I call it blocks, scraps, and kits. And here's a little video clip I made of the things I've been working on in the past week. So what am I working on this week? Well, a lot of things all at once. On my design wall, you can see several projects happening here. The big blocks are the ones for the Barn Star sampler. I'm carrying on with that. It's going to take a while to get that one done because I'm only working on it, a little bit here and a little bit there. I'm also working on designing some blocks here for 2 new quilt designs that I'm thinking of doing. As I'm filming this, I'm about to start another in the hoop project, another Christmas one, I know, but this one's kind of cute. It's the Designs by Juju Santa wall hanging, and I've picked out my fabrics for that and got it all lined up. Over here in this little busy area, those are projects as well. Some of them are gifts and they're done, but I have to get those sorted out. And we're and, complete a few other things that are there. Always something to do. And my latest project has been this little tray right here. I used my 3D printer to print a series of little boxes, and these hold pre-cut scraps. So I've got a spot. Now I've labeled all the little bends: 3.5-inch squares, 2.5-inch squares, 2-inch squares, more 2-inch squares. I didn't label this one because I'm not sure what I'm putting in there yet. But you can see I have them all here. And my idea is this is on a tray. It's going to sit right up here on my shelf. And when I need something like that, or I've got some leftovers, I can easily put them in there and, good storage for that kind of thing. And speaking of that, I think I may have shown you this before, but I'm here anyways. So I made these colorful little boxes for holding my charm packs and whatnot. So that all works out very well. What else am I working on? Well, I think as I look around the room, that's about it. You can see here, I'm a bit of a pre-cut slob, or not slob, but slut. That's what I want to say. Yeah, I'm a pre-cut slut. Okay, rent at lips. I'm having trouble with words. I have a whole pile of kits in there too that I've had for years. I probably should give some of those just away because I don't think I'll ever get them done. But anyways, that's what I'm up to today. So I have an interview coming up. This week I am interviewing a very interesting sewist, quilter. And that's going to go up next week. Probably will go up about next Tuesday. I haven't done the interview yet. We're scheduled to do the interview Thursday afternoon. And I know I'm really excited about doing this one. I don't know if I should tell you who it's with. You may not know this person. And if you don't, you need to check out his channel. Cornelius Query is his name. He is a local boy out here in Ontario, Toronto area. And he is quite a character. His videos are very, very informative and very entertaining. So do check him out. And I'm doing this interview with him this week, and it will get posted next week. So be sure to tune in on that. And I'll talk more about that on the Idiot Quilt next week and probably have a little bit of a teaser there for you as well. Okay, that takes me to the online quilt stores. And this one's called Heather's Fabric Shelf. This week's online quilt store comes from Kamloops, BC, and it's called Heather's Fabric Shelf. And so let's take a look at what we have here. This is their front page, and it's talking about their store hours, and it looks like their Christmas hours as well. And they're talking about the Canada Postal Strike, because at the time of recording this, we are under a Canada Postal Strike. So they're going to change to shipping by UPS, which is great. They do have a newsletter sign up as well, and they've got the shop and a list of some of their fabrics. They have Northcott, Tilda, Kaufman, batiks, flannels, and more. They do long arm quilting, and they're an APQS sales representative as well. And they do have a brick and mortar store as well. Okay, so let's get into the shop itself. And let's take a look at fabric. Now, on the left-hand side, they have a nice little guide as to all of their products, which I like. That's a great organizational tool. The fabric. Okay, so let's check out blenders first of all and see what we're charging for that. $16.99 to $21.99. I'm assuming that's a meter. Let's just see here. Yes, it is a meter. Okay, let's go back. That's for blenders though. Blenders do tend to be sometimes a little bit less expensive. Let's drop into Northcott and see what they have to offer here. $21.99, $16.99 for Chroma. Toscana, $16.99. These are what I would call blenders. And that's all they have. They don't have a great deal of Northcott. They have Patrick Loss. I am not familiar with Patrick Loss. 21.99, 19.99. So it looks like their prices range from as low as 16.99 a meter to as high as 21.99 a meter, which is about the average price. So I see nothing wrong with that, and I see nothing wrong with the way they've organized this. Looks like it's easy enough to find what they have. Brand wise, they don't seem to offer a lot. They have, as I said, Patrick Loss, Northcott, Figo Fabrics, Stuff, and Maywood Studio. And they really don't have a lot. So in total, they have only 105 fabrics to select from, which isn't a big selection, which suggests this is a very tiny store. Selection is a little limited. Price is okay. I'm going to take half a point off, though, for selection. Okay, so let's move on back up here to shop and take a look at what else. I think I saw batting. I did. So let's click on batting and see how they sell that. They have Hobbs wool batting, $129.99 pre-cut, so it's 120 by 120 inches. And yeah, that's about all they've got. So very little selection in batting as well. Only about 5. I'm going to take off another half point for that because selection so far is not impressing me in anything. Let's go to, they have books, fabric, furniture, gift card, glide thread, interfacing stabilizers, kits, long arm machines, long arm supplies, notions, patterns, pre-wound bobbins. I didn't see anything about pre-cuts either, unless I missed that under fabric. Let's go back to fabric and see. Oh, I could be wrong about what they have. They say there's over 1,000, 1,800 under manufacturer. Oh, this is a little better. Oh yeah, they've got quite a bit. I guess it's just the way that their interface is set up. That's confusing, the interface. Well, maybe if I pulled down and went view all. Yeah, okay. My bad. I'm going to give them back half a point for that because that's just me. That was me. Okay, not them. Oh yeah, they've got a lot. Which is great. Oh, they go up as high as $22.99, so they're getting a little bit closer to the higher end of the scale. Yeah, so it really depends on what you want to buy, like what the name of the designer or the manufacturer. So the prices are varying. So it's a bit of a range. They do have wide back. Now, do they have a separate category for wide back? Don't really see one. So if we do a search, if we go up to their search engine and just put in wide back, what do we get? Only one. But this was different than the one that I saw, and that's very high price. $40, $39.99 a meter for that. That is high. But I don't know. I might be missing something here. Batting books, fabric. Let's go back into fabric and see, is there a category for wide back? Yes, there is. That's flannel though, wide back cotton. Here we go. Okay, we've got a little bit more to choose from. Pricey though. Definitely on the upper end of the scale. So yeah, the goods, not a bad selection. Well, yeah, I'm going to take off a point for that because I'd like to see more of a selection in the wide backs, and prices seem to vary, but they seem to be a little bit on the high end for that as well. I know wide back is expensive, but nevertheless. Okay, so what else do we have here? Let's look at, they sell glide thread. Okay, this is weird. Oh, those are the bobbins. Okay, $1.40 for bobbins singular. Okay, if you want one bobbin. 19.99 for the big spool. Well, wait. I'm confused between these two. $7.99. This must be a large spool. Yeah, this is a 5,000 meter spool. Okay, that makes more sense. And $7.99 for the regular size spools. These are the size that I buy, which is, yeah, that's in the ballpark. So, and it looks like they have a fair amount to choose from, 15 pages of them. So that's okay as well. And they also have Filtech brands, and there's 429 glide threads. So yeah, good selection on the glide threads. Okay, let's go back into the shop. And it's taken a minute to come up, which I don't know why. Suddenly, oh, there we go. Okay. They have interfacing and stabilizers, long arm machines. So they show you, so for a Lucy with the Bliss table, which is what I have, they want $20,100. I'm wondering, I'm assuming that's Canadian price. Yep, that's the Canadian price. Weird that you can add it to your cart. That's a little weird. I don't think I would be buying a long arm online. And well, price wise, they vary. So I'm not even going to get into that. I was just curious to see what they had. They do have furniture as well. And it's Eddie Crest, which is a good manufacturer. And they're here in Ontario as well. But they don't have much. They have a 4 by 20 inch quilt mount clear. That's what they sell. They're not selling anything else, which probably isn't surprising because I don't think you'd be wanting to order a major piece of sewing furniture online. Kits, they have those all nicely organized. Placemats left side, bed quilt. And, oh, yeah, they have some kits. So, yeah, something there as well. And some of these are a little bit unusual. I like that one. I've got some of that fabric. Yeah, okay. I see nothing there to complain about. Oh, anything else that we should look at? Long arm supplies, notions, patterns. They have a good selection, 128 patterns, and they vary. Garment patterns. Hey, well, if you want an apron or a cozy sweater. Okay, maybe not a lot there. All categories. Oh, that's back here. Okay. But patterns, you know, you can get them anywhere. Sewing machine parts, more thread. Oh, and they sell Aurifil. Okay, and $19.99. Yep, that's about the going price. So nothing there. All right, what's under long arm? Quilting services. They have quilting service, machine sales and services. Okay. They have a YouTube channel. Okay. So you can check them out there. So that's okay. Do they have classes? Events. Let's look under events. They talk about servicing. Okay, so if you need a machine service, they have that, but they don't have any other events listed here. They have a newsletter. And okay, so yeah, that's okay too. All right, so it doesn't look like they have classes though. Now, let's talk about shipping. Free shipping in Canada on orders over $250. And, oh, it says in full roll of batting. Well, I didn't see full rolls of batting on here. Batting. Yeah, I don't see there isn't full rolls of batting. So I don't know why they're mentioning that. Maybe they get it at some time, maybe not. I don't know. I find that a little confusing, and as such, and I am going to take off half a point for that confusion. Okay, what else were we looking at here? Well, shipping. Okay, so what is their shipping? Do they have a separate section about that? Let's go to the bottom of the page. I don't see anything listed there. Go to their site map. And shipping, here we go. And they have a reward. Okay, nothing here about shipping. No. Okay, well, that's not very clear, is it? I guess we'd have to go in and let's make a fake cart. See how far I can get. With that, let's just take some blenders. Toscana. Let's get some of this and let's fake buy 4 meters. Add to cart. Okay, proceed to checkout. Economy, $19.99, 3 to 5 business days. Now that is based on, I would assume, Canada Post, and that's as far as I'm going to go. And I don't think that's a flat rate, so it probably varies with the quantities. But let's see if it does. Let's up it. See what happens. Nope, it doesn't. So it does look like that might be a flat rate. Yep, $19.99. So, okay, that's not an unreasonable price right now. But the problem is right now, there is a, no, I want to go back, view cart. I want to get rid of that stuff out of that cart. There we go. Okay, let's go back to the home page. And, oh, they're going to be shipping by UPS. I think I said that before, so good. Now, I wonder, though, if that will change what they're charging, or whether that change reflects when we saw the shipping price of $19.99, if that is with UPS. I don't know. Okay, well, overall, it's an interesting little shop. I think they have a good selection of fabric. Prices are varied. They're not bad. Wide back's a little on the high side, a little disappointed in with their selection of batting. Good selection of glide thread and or fill as well that are all at the average price for that. So my overall rating of Heather's Fabric Shop is 8 out of 10. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this episode, except for one thing. And you've heard me talk about this before because I am disillusioned. The Hope Air quilt, the quilt I donated to the charity Hope Air. The draw has happened, at least according to what they had told me or when it was going to happen. I don't know who won it. I have not had an email from them about that. I don't know how the winner's going to get the quilt. I still have the quilt. And oops, I didn't mean to do that, but oh, what the heck. You know, these things just do their own thing sometimes. Um, but anyways, as I said, so I'm very disillusioned by all of this with this particular charity. I mean, this is a good charity. They do nice things for people, but my conclusion is they really just paid me lip service. They're not interested in a single contribution. They're interested in corporate contributions and things like that. You know, they've got pictures on their website of big fundraisers that happened at the corporate level or big groups and things like that. I'm just one person. Wasn't my idea to do this as a raffle anyways. I just wanted to give a quilt to someone who was suffering, who needed something to keep them warm when they're being transported to a medical facility for whatever treatments, and something they could have and hang on to, you know, for the rest of their life. Something to just, you know, wrap around themselves and know that people care. But apparently, that's not the way things went. So we'll see. I'll keep you informed. Anyways, I don't want to end this video on a downer note, and that's kind of downer. So no, it's Christmas time. Enjoy this time. Yes, you're probably feeling a little pressured. You feel like you're running out of time. You've got so many things to do and whatnot, but take a moment for yourself and remember what you're doing should bring joy to you. And if it's not bringing you joy, stop doing it or change it so it does bring joy to you. But, you know, sew something. Sew something for yourself this Christmas season. Doesn't have to be a big thing, even something as simple as a mug rug or whatever, but something just to keep you in the mood and uplift your spirits. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.